terrible place. A prison hidden from the sun to better torture my people.
There must be other guards. Be careful. How awful. They've been reduced to burning the bodies.
And they washed it. So many of us must have died here. Grenade! No magic here. Drink a potion. Be careful! You're tired! You should drink a potion!
I don't have the key. Locked. It's blocked. I don't have the key. Locked. I don't have the key.
You're not one of them.
Nords?
These scientists captured and abused us. They performed experiments. I heard them say that they wanted to find out how. None of it makes any sense.
I'll find a way.
I want the one who did this too.
I don't have the key. This note carefully describes the sequence of the experiments. There are even sketches. It's hard not to feel sick. This is proof of all the horrors committed here. These poor people lost their life. Locked. Vasily has locked himself in. I don't have the key.
Who are you?
I have come to free your prisoners and put an end to all the horrors that take place here.
Dr. Vasily here. He lost his mind.
Arrest you.
No, please! We tried to stop him, but he is...
You could have reported it to the
He threatened to destroy our life.
You can say all of this in court. It's up to them to judge.
They will want to make an example of...
You should have thought about that before helping that Locked.
Afra? What a surprise to see you.
Master.
Who is this?
I'm the legate of the merchant congregation, and I'm here to put an end to your crimes.
My crimes? What are you talking about? My work was for the good of humanity. Don't tell me you're crying over some savages.
What did you hope to find from all these experiments?
Since the Malichor never reached this island, I wanted to check if these savages were sensitive to it. And I discovered that they were naturally resistant. Do you realize? So I tried to isolate this resistance to develop a cure in order to send it to the people. But I doubt that you will be able to...
This man is a cold-blooded reptile.
You are a very beautiful specimen. Come on, Afra, my dear student. Are you not also...
Science and truth. I'm ashamed of having been taught by you. And that I didn't warn Burin that you'd gone mad. If I had, we could have prevented all...
You disappoint me. When I think what I wasted trying to...
We learned everything we wanted to know. This lab will close and you will answer for every...
You think so? Stop! Think of my knowledge.
Even now you remain arrogant. You do not deserve pity.
Miserable
I can't believe it. Constantine's Malichor was caused by a silly. The potion we were made to drink when we landed on the island was contaminated. How dare he do such a thing? And why?
Thank you.
Just a little more patience. I still have to release the other prisoners. Locked.
May the grass be full.
I must Locked. Now that they are free, we must help the prisoners escape this place.
If they leave through the city, Hikmet guards will arrest them.
So we have to find another way to get them out. We just have to clear the way. The mechanism doesn't work. I need to take a closer look. Let's go. I found a way out of this city. But be careful. You are weakened, and creatures roam these tunnels. There you are. You're free.
You have saved our...
We will never forget.
Yes.
We're not very far from the Hikmet outpost.
I know how to reach...
Perfect. As for you, but you should avoid the Alliance patrol.
We'll get there.
Your Excellency.
Lord Desade, and to what do I...
I've been to Asili's laboratory, and what I discovered was hundreds of poor souls tortured, victims of horror. There were so many dead that a pit had been dug to burn the body.
How horrifying.
The natives were not the only victims of these crimes.
Nords? Pardon me for doubting you, but do you... And have you brought Dr. Asili to me so he...
Alas, I was forced to end his life. That said, you will find ample proof of his madness there.
Perhaps I shall. But it should have been my role and that of his fellows. He was one of our most brilliant minds, and you have slain him like... What proof do I have that this is not pure fabric?
Before you say anything that you might regret, Excellency...
What is it?
You should certainly recognize Asili's handwriting. He admits here to poisoning my...
But this is madness. Whatever would have...
I have no explanation, but as far as I am concerned, I have done nothing more than exact justice for my... And I am certain you would agree with me that my uncle has but one son remaining. And if he were to learn that his life is...
You speak with wisdom. We have lost all, and perhaps now, at least, the natives will call... Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
I have to go.
Farewell, my...
How are you feeling, my child? What do you worry about?
Don't make it harder than it has to be, Petrus. Fighting against your cousin isn't pleasant, but...
A nicer way of saying he has no choice.
Indeed. I must stop Constantine, regardless of what it may cost. Not only to obtain an antidote to the Malichor, but also to save this island.
I have learned many things by your side, and thanks to you, I was able to give my mother back to the earth. I won't forget this. And this is my land, my people.
What's happened to Constantine is regrettable. But you're doing what must be done. You're a good person, Greenblood. Then you can count on your old master of arms to protect you.
We will all be with you. After all, this concerns all of us, doesn't it?
Naturally.
We will be by your side to support you both physically and spiritually.
Thank you. You have been precious allies, and you are proving once more the value of your friend. Now let's go. It'll be a shame if we arrive.
The entrance to the sanctuary has been forced. A fight took place here.
Constantine managed to get through. Let's hurry.
Disarde. Oh, I was starting to think that we would all be dead. Your cousin has forced our blockade with a horde of creatures, and they just keep... I thought it better to stay here and stop as many of them as possible, to keep a path...
Thank you. You did well. Keep holding on as long as you can.
Wait, there's a group of creatures.
I'll stay here with them, Grim.
He's right. We must help them.
Are you sure?
Every minute gained is a minute that...
Thank you both. Lady Afra, I know you know your way around a gun.
Enough with the talking.
And stop Constantine.
In that case, thank...
You're arriving too late. We fought as best we could, but new beasts just kept... We'll do everything we can to give you... But you must chase him, if Enon...
I'm well aware of that, but here comes some more beasts.
Wait! And I'll stay with her.
We need to prevent the...
I wouldn't have put it that way, but the Moridigan isn't wrong.
You see?
You should go now. And maybe...
Well...
Take a potion. May the shadow engulf our enemies.
This time it's my turn.
I knew you'd say...
Constantine thinks of you with a lot of affection, despite his madness. My role is here.
Thank you, Pet. Constantine!
Restrain him!
do not desire your death. I'm sorry.
Why? Why have you done this?
But for you. For us. So that we may live free at last.
This makes no sense. Constantine, it's madness.
You don't understand because you're still attached to the old world. This old, dying world which, to survive, has betrayed, used, and manipulated us and would not have hesitated to kill us.
Perhaps, but
I've seen death, cousin. And I understood the vanity of it all. My father's ruses just so he could earn more power. The political bowing and scraping to preserve corrupted nations. I have been offered unrivaled power, allowing me to get rid of this. To send the old world back to its inevitable death and to build something new here. Something unique. And this new world is my gift to you. You and I could be its new gods, the immortal and benevolent monarchs.
He himself is the incarnation of the old world he is speaking of. He has its vices and its poison. For his own immortality, he's prepared to destroy everything around him, to break millennia of cycles. I implore you, flesh of my land, think of all the lives that will come to an end to feed his pride.
Don't listen to this old god. He's like all the others, after all, clinging to life. All you have to do is to bind yourself here, with me. And we will be gods together, forever. Come. Oh, what a shame.
Good night, sweet prince.
After the fall of Constantine, my young student managed to establish stronger links between the old nations and the natives. Some of their donegada were even invited to the continent, and with their help, it slowly became a land filled with life again. And for the first time in a long while, the number of cases of the Malichor is decreasing. Those who bravely fought at Dorhad Genadu were celebrated everywhere. After all, if it weren't for this unlikely alliance, the island would have fallen into Constantine's greedy hands. Sieglinde took Kurt as an advisor, but he insisted on keeping his place alongside his former student and friend, watching his back, as he always had. Siora obtained the title of Marl of the Red Spears alongside her twin. She leads them with wisdom, but often reunites with the one she still calls her Karants. Afra set aside her weapons and went back to her research on the native culture and flora of the island. It is said that she is even writing a book with the help of Duncan's clan when not visiting her friends. For his bravery, Vasco was awarded the rank of commander. He now travels the sea at the head of a whole fleet, but he often comes back to visit his brother-in-arms. Petrus's ambitions have finally been fulfilled. He obtained the much-coveted title of Cardinal. Despite the responsibilities implied by such a title, he still sometimes visits the one he calls his child. Despite the help Ulan received, which allowed him to restore the importance of the seaside Nemeus, he still had to renounce the role of Marl as he faced the contempt of the other clans. Duncann and his people spent a lot of time with savants and theologians. Patiently, they shared their knowledge of the Earth and learnt new techniques from one another, and in so doing, they restored balance between the New World and the Old. The natives' hostility towards the Alliance has not diminished, and Governor Byrne is in a delicate situation, especially considering some sordid rumors in Al-Sad regarding the practices of the scholars he protects. The public revelations of Saint Matthias's life led to a deep change in Teleme. The Ordo Luminis was dismantled for good, and the missionaries' purpose is now to establish dialogue rather than conversion. Now that the Naut sailing techniques were known, others tried their hand at them, without success for the time being. Simply knowing the techniques could not take the place of the Guild's centuries of experience. Under Sieglinder's control, the Guard returned to the honorable values that had made its reputation. And they did so all the more easily now that their shadiest members were out of the picture.